Let's continue with our learning. This section is about HTML tags. First, let's copy the HTML file we created in the last section into the directory for this section. Okay, now let's open it with Notepad. In the previous section, we used these details tags and these summary tags to mark this text, right? So these 4 items, which I mentioned the last time, are called HTML tags. Also, we call the tag before the marked text the opening tag, and the tag at the end of the text the closing tag. Next, let me add a few more details for you. First, about the tag names, we can actually write them in uppercase. Let's try it. Let's change details and the summary to uppercase. Alright, now let's reload the browser. We can see that nothing has changed. The browser still renders it correctly. In fact, we can even mix lowercase with uppercase. Let's have a try. Randomly change some letters to lowercase. Great. Now, let's reload again, and it still renders correctly. So, does this mean we can write tags however we want in the future? The answer is no. According to the specification, you should use lowercase letters for tags. This is the first thing you should remember. Now, the second point we need to remember is that among the many tags, there are a few special ones that don't appear in pairs. For example, the details and summary tags are paired. They have an opening tag and then closing tag, right? But not all tags appear in pairs. There are some strange ones that don't have a closing tag. Let me show you one. Here I write a tag with the name import. Notice that I didn't write any closing tag, and I didn't even write a tag body. Now let's save it and open it in browser. We can see that an import box has appeared where you can enter text. This is very common on websites, right? Many websites have search bars, login forms, etc. This type of tag is called a self-closing tag, which means it is just a single tag. Now, some of you might be wondering, how can we remember which tags are single and which are paired? Don't worry, I'll explain later. And once you see the list, it only takes you 2 minutes to memorize them. So for now, just remember that HTML tags can be either single or paired tags. Also, for self-closing tags, we can write them more elegantly. How so? Well, for paired tags, I have an opening tag and a closing tag. But for the import tag, doesn't it feel like it only has an opening tag but lacks a closing tag? It feels a bit awkward, right? So to make it more elegant, we can add a forward slash at the end of the tag to indicate that it's not just an opening tag, but a self-closing tag. It's a single tag. However, this is not mandatory. It's just a matter of personal preference. Lastly, tags can be in parallel relationships with each other. For example, here I have placed the import tag outside the details tag on the same level. This is a parallel relationship. Tags can be, like in this case, the details tag is outside the summary tag, and the opening and the closing tags of the details tag wrap around the summary tag. The details tag body is not just plain text but contains other tags, right? This is what we call nesting tags. Also, when tags are nested, we usually don't write them on the same line. Instead, we place them on different lines and use indentation for child tags. In development, we typically use the tab key to achieve indentation. We will talk this later. The tag we just discussed also has another name. It's called an element. So in the future, when we refer to a tag, we can also call it an element. Alright everyone, that's all for this section. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.